All right, today we're not going to talk about candlestick patterns or technical indicators. Nope, we're going way deeper into the one thing that truly separates the winners from the losers in the market, your mind. We're going to break down Zero Oska's incredible blueprint for building the mental model of a successful trader. And it all starts by taking apart a very common and very dangerous dream. You know the fantasy, right? It's the one that gets everybody hooked. The dream of easy money, trading from some beach in Bali, maybe flexing a new Lambo. But let's be real, this dream, it's a trap. For most people, this path leads directly to sleepless nights, a ton of stress, and ultimately, shattered dreams. So, if that dream is a total lie, and all the strategies are out there for free on the internet, what's the real problem here? Why do so many people get absolutely crushed when they step into the trading arena? And here it is. The single biggest challenge isn't external. It's not about finding some magic setup on a chart. The real battle, it's internal. The hardest work you'll ever do is shaping your own mind to navigate a world of pure probability, a world where your own emotions are your biggest enemy.
Okay, so that brings us to our first big idea, the money trap. Before you can even think about building the right mindset, you have to take a hard look at what's fueling your engine. Your why for trading, it determines absolutely everything.
And just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one side, you've got most people, and their goal is just easy money, period. What fuels them is stress and late nights, and the result is almost always a blown-up account. But then you have the few who succeed. Their goal, it's a passion for the craft of trading itself. Their fuel is a genuine desire to learn and get better. And the profit? You know, the profit is just what happens when you do everything else right. And wow, this quote really says it all, doesn't it? The market is a brutal teacher. It just punishes people who are only there for greed. But it rewards those with genuine curiosity. Your main goal can't be the money. It has to be mastering the process. That is the first major mental shift you have to make. All right, so once you've got your why sorted out, the real work begins. We have to turn inward. We have to confront our own inner battlefield, where all our past experiences and emotional baggage, let's call them trading scars, are secretly calling the shots. And to really get this, there's this amazing Japanese art form called Kintsugi. It's where they fix broken pottery using gold, so the cracks become this beautiful, celebrated part of its history. The whole point is that the piece is actually more beautiful because it was broken. And that is exactly how we need to look at our trading mistakes. And these are our cracks. I mean, does any of this sound familiar to you? That paralyzing fear after a huge loss that makes you second-guess everything? That God complex you get after a lucky winning streak that makes you feel invincible? That insane urge to revenge trade or just not being able to cut a loser? These are universal trading scars. But here is the absolute game changer. These are not failures to be ashamed of. They are signals. They're your mind literally screaming at you, telling you where your weaknesses are. And just like with Kintsugi, if you actually study these cracks and learn from them, they become your greatest source of strength. Okay, this all leads us to maybe the most important mindset shift you can possibly make. It's the battle between two identities that every single trader has to choose between. Are you the seer or are you the survivalist? Okay, let's really break this down. The seer, this person is totally driven by their ego. Their goal isn't to make money. It's to be right, to predict the future. For the seer, a loss feels like a personal attack, right? Like the market is saying, you're dumb. They're looking for certainty in a game that only offers probabilities. Now, the survivalist is the complete opposite. They are process-driven. Their goal isn't to be right, it's to manage whatever happens. A loss is just data. It's feedback. They don't predict. They just follow their plan. And this right here is exactly why the seer is doomed to fail. The market literally does not care. It doesn't know you exist. It doesn't care about your opinion, your brilliant prediction, or your fragile ego. Trying to prove you're smarter than the market is a fool's game. The goal isn't to conquer the market. It's to conquer yourself. So the big question is, how do we actually become the survivalist? Well, it's not like flipping a switch. It takes practice. It takes discipline. So here are 3 incredibly powerful, practical exercises inspired by Japanese concepts to help you build that muscle. So first up, we have a concept called Shugyo. In our world, this translates to keeping a psychological journal. It's all about rigorous, brutally honest self-observation so you can understand the emotions that are actually driving your decisions. And here's exactly how you do it. Before, during, and after every single trade, you write down everything you feel. Are you anxious, excited, terrified of getting stopped out, feeling greedy? When you write this stuff down, you're dragging those feelings out into the light. And once you can see them, you can start to manage them instead of letting them control you. Okay, next up is Hansei. This is all about radical ownership of your mistakes. It's the discipline to look at a losing trade and say, I lost money because I broke my rules, instead of saying, the market was crazy today. It means you turn every single screw-up into a concrete lesson by admitting exactly where you went wrong.
And the third one is Kyukei, the strategic pause. This is your eject button. It is a critical risk management tool. It's the discipline to just walk away from the screen when a trade goes south or when you hit your daily loss limit. Instead of spiraling into revenge trading, you pause. You protect your capital, and more importantly, you protect your mind. You get to live to trade another day.
So all these exercises, they build discipline. And that brings us to our final piece of the puzzle, the long-term vision. This is about understanding what really creates lasting wealth and sustainability in this game. I want you to think of that get-rich-quick idea as tarantula venom. That go big or go home mindset, the one you see in all those flashy screenshots online, it's pure poison. One bite, and it'll kill your account before it even has a chance to grow. I mean, just look at this chart. It tells the whole story. You've got Go Big Michael, who starts with $1,000, risks half of it on one trade, and by the end of the month, he's got less than $100 left. Meanwhile, the other trader, using a disciplined compounding method, small risks, small consistent gains, has actually grown their account. Yeah, it's boring, but it's how you grow a giant sequoia instead of staying a tiny bonsai tree for the rest of your life.
And you know, this long-term thinking, it goes way beyond just your trading account. It's about your whole life. You can think of strong performance like a cherry blossom. It only shows up when all the conditions are just right. You can't force it. You have to cultivate it.
And these are the conditions we're talking about. Your trading performance is just a mirror reflecting the rest of your life. If you're tired, if you're stressed out, if your life is a mess, all of that is going to bleed directly into your trading decisions. You just can't neglect your own well-being and expect to perform at a high level. You have to build the right foundation for your trading to even have a chance to flourish.
So after all this, what's the big takeaway? What's the one thing you need to remember? It's not about that one massive, life-changing win. It's not about being some genius who can predict the future. As Zero Oska says, the ultimate goal, the only one that really matters, is survival. The real endgame is simply staying in the game long enough for discipline, process, and probabilities to finally start working in your favor.